Hello, welcome back to the Compliance Kitchen podcast. This is Sylvia. Today we will look at two items, starting off with OFAC, some frequently asked questions, and we'll talk about TSRA. And then the second item will be our harmonized tariff schedule, the HTS, that has been recently modified. So we'll take a look at that. All right, so starting with OFAC, on April 12th, OFAC issued amended frequently asked questions in regards to license application procedures under TSRA. Now, by way of background, TSRA, or the Trade Sanctions Reform and Export Enhancement Act of 2000, provides for the President to terminate any unilateral agricultural or medical sanction that is in effect as of the date of the enactment of the TSRA. However, TSRA does not direct the termination of any unilateral agricultural sanction or medical sanction that prohibits or conditions the provision or use of any agricultural commodity, medicine, or medical device that is controlled by the USML or the U.S. Munitions List, is controlled under any Export Administration Act list or any successor statute, or if it's used to facilitate the development or production of chemical or biological weapons or WMDs. So TSRA also requires that the export of agricultural commodities, medicine, or medical devices to Cuba or to the government of a country that's been determined by the Secretary of State to have provided support for acts of international terrorism or to any such other entity or country shall only be made pursuant to 1-year licenses that are issued by the U.S. government. So, now that you have some basic understanding of TSRA, what it does and what it doesn't do, OFAC amended two FAQs, and they concern TSRA licenses. And so FAQ 97 explains that OFAC accepts license applications. Either you can submit online through their portal or you can mail it. And of course, the mailed applications have some particulars that the portal doesn't require, such as a cover letter and so forth. And then the FAQ 98 goes further into the licensing, and it calls for submission of information in a table form that includes full names and addresses of the parties involved in the proposed transactions, their roles, and the commodity classification numbers of the proposed export items. So, if you are exporting under TSRA, you may find these two FAQs helpful. And to locate them easily, you can just head over to the blog, compliancekitchen.com, and look up the post. And I have the links to them, and I also have a link to the portal in case you are ready to request a license under TSRA. All right, and so that was TSRA, and we will move over to the harmonized tariff schedule, the US HTS. This has been recently modified. I had another podcast. I think I had another podcast episode covering the proposed modifications, and also there's a post on the website. But last month, so back in April, the US ITC finalized modifications to the US HTS. The changes impact classification of over 350 products in a variety of industries, and these revisions are going to go into effect on January 1, 2022, so you still have plenty of time to look at what's changed. And these changes will conform to the World Customs Organization's amendments to the Harmonized System Commodity Codes. Now the USITC published a detailed report of these changes, and I have a link on compliancekitchen.com for you, so you don't have to look very hard. And while the modifications should not result in a tariff impact on imported goods, if you are an importer or a customs broker, you probably want to track these changes and developments to make sure that you are continuing to properly classify your imports. Okay, so that's it for today, and thank you so much for stopping by.